Welcome to Aotearoa Armory Weekly, your one-stop shop for all flesh and blood news in New Zealand. Well, or at least the pilot for the above the show. Hi, I'm Paul, the guy who is on a flesh and blood journey. And this is my idea, taking the World Tour Weekly format and bringing it down to a New Zealand and community kind of approach to give you guys all an update as to what's going on in the local scene. So first up in the news, now look, we had the Pro Tour and the keynote speech and all of that stuff. So clearly this last week has been a bit of a quiet one on that front. But we did get the release of the Hala Origins Armory deck. Now, that is one that I think we will see people really getting into more in August when we get the Mastery Pack Warrior that will really strengthen her up. But you might see one or two decks of her going around before then. But I think that's when we're going to see her really come into her own and people to really start to cook with her in probably August timeframe when we see that. So let's have a look at the meta for the armories here in New Zealand. And boy, oh boy, it's very different to the meta that we saw at the Pro Tour the other weekend, isn't it? Now look, I've only got three stores so far of data, so hopefully we'll be able to pick up more data going forward. But I must admit, I did not expect to see Riptide and Goliath both picking up Armory wins in the last week. Also, those half wins, well, that is because at Gateway Games, Arachne Marionette and Victor Goldmain basically split the winnings. They both finished 3-0 after 3 rounds and decided that it was too late, would head home rather than having another round. So they split the prizes for that one. And that's what it is like at Community Level. It's not quite so cutthroat and strict. You must finish through to the end. So it's good to see that the two players there did that. This weekend, though, we also had a Welcome to Tauranga event hosted at Card Merchant Tauranga, which was for their opening weekend, which was a sealed deck welcome to Wraith event with the top 8 going into draft. I did attend and I kicked off very well with 2-0, but went 2-3 and missed out on the top 8, losing out to Jesse actually, who went on to win the event. So congratulations to Jesse, our sort of weekend winner there, picking up the win at the new Card Merchant Tauranga. And I got to say, that things are looking very positive with a number of new LGSs opening up over the last sort of 6 months and looking forward as well. So it's all looking very good at the moment here in New Zealand from that point of view. Looking to the future, and we have got Skirmish Season 14 kicking off this weekend with events down in Invercargill at Games United and also at Iron Knight Gaming, and also Card Merchant Nelson down there this weekend. So all the action in the South Island for the first weekend of the Skirmish season. The following weekend is the busy weekend where we've got 4 events on Saturday with Gaming DNA in Hamilton, Card Merchant in Dunedin, Card Merchant Takapuna and Card Merchant Christchurch. So Card Merchant getting in on the Saturday there, big time, followed by on the Sunday Gateway Games over in Tauranga and Card Merchant West City, Auckland. And then just 2 final ones for the final weekend of the season with Hobbymaster Auckland and Serbius Games down in Wellington there. So finishing off in the North Island with those events. Other events coming up in the longer term future. Don't forget, towards the end of May, we have got the Omens of the Third Age pre-release and also the Ziggy Armory deck coming out. Then we have Chapter 3, the official release of Omens of the Third Age, and also Calling Auckland at the beginning of June. So a big weekend there on the 5th to the 7th of June. 2 weeks later, we've then got the Nationals down in Wellington, so on the 19th and 21st of June. So a big month for June for us. And then when we go into August, we have got the Mastery Pack Warrior along with the Armory deck Olympia. So it is looking like a packed winter for us on the old flesh and blood side of things. Please let me know which events you would like to hear about what community pieces you would like to hear about via this. And also, please let me know who has won, who's the hero that has won at your local armory, so I can put together the Armory meta. And also let me know if it's custom constructed or Silver Age on that matter as well, please.